last time we were together, I don't know how Diddy conversation came up. That went everywhere. You remember that when we talked about the Diddy conversation, where I think he wants to, I
think he's trying to you.
And then afterwards, he obviously went to prison, court, all that stuff has been done. And I don't know if you had a chance to watch the 50 Cent documentary.
Yeah, I saw it.
What'd you think about it?
50 went in. He went all the way in. But it's like when you start judging people for the choices that they've made, you don't know the conditions and the circumstances that they were put under. Like I think about those girls that did that to me when I was 4. Where did they learn it from? Who did what to them that made them think it was normal to carry this thing out? I think that a lot of us get caught up in habits that was passed down to us that aren't necessarily innate from us, but they get passed on to us. So I've got to look at him, with compassion, because you got to remember he's still us. You look in his eyes, it's the same light of God that's shining back. It's just another wave of the universe looking at it.
Come on,
Diddy. Even Epstein, all of them. What one human being does, all human beings are doing, because we're just really, what happens in the sea over here, we don't say this wave just crashed.
Interesting thing to say. If one human being does, so meaning someone taught Epstein, someone taught Diddy. When I had Suge Knight on, Suge Knight said, who did he say, Rob, that taught Diddy? He gave a name. Quincy? No, was it Quincy? Clive Davis. Yeah, he said Clive Davis.
Clive Davis.
Yeah, he talked about that, what Clive did early on, and then so probably somebody taught Clive, and this thing keeps. Did you hear any stories about Epstein in Hollywood, or he wasn't in Hollywood?
No, I mean, when I would hear about Chris Tucker and people hopping on the plane to go there, I didn't know that Epstein was, the bad guy that he is now. But I was like, damn, I would love to go. I didn't know what was happening.
No one talked about Epstein.
No, nobody.
Harvey they did, but not Epstein.
They didn't talk about Epstein. I didn't know. But hell, I could have easily ended up over there if he had invited me over there, because you think, okay, I'm going with the Hollywood move. That's how you get there. Like I wasn't invited to the puffy parties. I wasn't invited to any of those things. So there's a part of me that's so grateful that I wasn't invited. But back then I felt excluded. Back then I felt like, oh, I must be doing something wrong. I wish I had participated in some of the druggery, and then wouldn't have alienated people that were good friends that could have been good friends, because I still ended up participating in the druggery when I got older. But at the time, I just didn't want to do it because, I had these other things that were pressing upon me. Now, I didn't get stuck into druggery, but yeah, it would have been nice to take some walks. When I look back, in my 30s.
Could have ended nasty.
It could have ended nasty.
So the fact that you didn't is probably a better thing.
So the universe places you can't really regret anything, but there's still parts of me that's like, wow, I dodged a bullet with Epstein. I dodged a bullet because I wasn't invited to those places, but at the time I didn't see it. I heard Denzel say once how he used to be so upset about Kevin Spacey, Kevin Spacey was getting everything, had all these beautiful opportunities that even him, after everything he had done, he wasn't getting what he needed. But I remember him saying, I wouldn't want to be Kevin Spacey now.
So he was upset that Kevin was getting the opportunities?
Yeah, I'm sure he used to really want, because Kevin got a lot of great challenging stuff. And it was just, and I'm not completely sure of the full context, but hearing him say that, hearing that statement, and it was something he said in an interview that made me rethink, I'm so glad that I didn't have those opportunities that I thought I needed or wanted at the time.
Denzel seems like he had influence over you in your career.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Honorable man.
Yeah, he gave me some other advice once. I did this table read, and I got loud, and then he took me outside. He said, listen, say you're walking down an alley, dark alley, and there's somebody at the end of the alley talking about, I'm going to kill you, you mother ever, I'm going to kill you, da, 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 da. And, you know, he may be serious, but he said, how afraid of him are you? He's all the way at the end of the alley. He said, but if someone comes up to you and they say, I'm going to cut your throat, which one are you more afraid of? The one yelling or the one whispering? And so it made me stop being obnoxious in my acting.
Wow.
You know?
What a powerful advice to give. Sometimes the lowest tone can be scarier than you having to scream.
That's the power. God whispers. God never yells. Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Howard. I'm an actor, but in the field of science also. So if you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Connect. The QR code is down below, and let's have a great conversation.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.